Chapter 1, Introduction. When my husband told me he wanted to go into aquaponic farming and give up his help desk job at IBM that allowed him to work at home, I was surprised and stunned. It kind of reminded me of the TV show Green Acres. I was Eva Gabor, and he was my Eddie Albert. We were moving from a comfortable life to one filled with challenges, unknowns, and endless bombardments of unusual people, circumstances, and funny moments. My first response wasn't wrong, and I wasn't laughing at first. Becoming a farmer was the last thing I wanted to do with my life, and though we were both brought up with grandparents who worked the land, I couldn't imagine how to even begin. Fortunately, my husband signed us up as a couple to attend a training session in Honoka'a on the Big Island. And there we spent days learning how to set up and build our own system. We came home with our heads filled with to-dos, and I think my husband read and reread the manual at least 10 times before we started our journey together. I left the details to him. If there was one thing I learned from attempting something we had little knowledge about, you cannot and should not do this alone. It takes more than one head to think clearly, and two are better than one. We were getting older and softer, and the thought about growing our own fruits and vegetables to become healthier seemed to be a good choice at this point in our life. Our first introduction to an aquaponics system came as we were driving along the road in Kihei, Maui, and we saw a mini system on display. We stopped and tried to find the owner of this creation. It had a 100-gallon tank filled with cute white and orange tilapia swimming around, with a gravel grow bed on top with various plants. The owner agreed to sell that system to us and delivered it to us a few days later. That was the beginning of our adventure. About the book. This book is written from the viewpoint of a wife supporting her husband in what seemed like an impossible task to create a dream aquaponic system, where fish, microbiome, and plants live symbiotically and in harmony with each other. This is a tale of our journey together to build, to the best of our ability, a system that produces food for ourselves, our family and friends, and also to sell as a way to increase our income. There are so many aspects of aquaponics that cannot be covered, and I felt the need to share what I have learned, lest I forget what this journey means to me. The beauty of this system is that you can do aquaponics on a scale that is affordable and on a scale that works for you. This book is also a book on compromise. My husband was anxious to start and wanted something quick and practical. I wanted something pretty, safe, and aesthetic. The result is a combination of both our efforts. I chose the color scheme and was so grateful when my husband buried all the plumbing underground, which was neither practical nor quick. We laid the weed mat using a non-traditional method with no stakes, but used a tucking technique using simple tools. The result? It wasn't fast, but it was safe, pretty, and aesthetic. What can I say? I married a genius. He knew that a happy wife equals a happy life. This book is also meant to inspire you to start anything, large or small, and share it with your loved ones. For us, it was aquaponics.